Good afternoon. I'm Vicky, and in this Ignite talk, I'm going to discuss my PhD research and its collaborative elements, being a partnership between Queen Mary, University of London, and the Natural History Museum. My research focuses on an 18th century collection housed here at the museum called Sloane's Vegetable Substances. Originally 12,523 items, but now consists of over 8,000 surviving specimens, which are largely botanical in nature. These items were gathered together by a prominent 18th century figure, a man shown here called Sir Hans Sloane. During his lifetime, he collected thousands of things, including, but not limited to, 50,000 books and manuscripts, and coins, medals, and anatomical rarities. When he died in 1753, he bequeathed his entire collection to the nation, and by an Act of Parliament, the British Museum was established, with Sloane providing the founding collection. Since then, these items have been separated between institutions and departments. For example, objects linked to natural history were moved to the NHM in 1881, and his books and manuscripts were moved to the British Library. Because of this displacement, we struggled to explore these objects and their historical connections. However, these museums are now partnering with universities, including King's and Queen Mary's, to reconstruct Sloane. This is an AHRC-funded collaboration, which is multi-institutional and interdisciplinary, involving curators and experts across English, history, and geography departments, as well as scientific disciplines. So, as part of this wider project, I, as a historian, based in a geography department and placed within this science museum, am focusing on an understudied and vast 18th century collection and trying to establish its contents and their significance, especially the role that this material played in the production and exchange of natural knowledge about the world between the late 17th century and mid-18th century. I'm doing this by using the collection's corresponding catalogue, in which Sloane listed all of these substances and described them in varying amounts of detail, including from whom and from where they came and their perceived utility. This catalogue-based survey allows me to establish the fundamental outline of the vegetable substances, while access to the surviving material, for example shown here, means that I'm able to use methods from material culture to further understand its cultural significance. However, it is the transferable knowledge in this collaboration that is crucial for intellectually exploring the vegetable substances. For example, my supervisor here at the museum provides the botanical expertise required to establish what is in this collection, while my background in historical geography and the history of science and medicine brings a different set of approaches. For example, investigating how people from all over the world were sending these substances to Sloane, and how these networks of correspondence involve different methods of information exchange, such as from local and global perspectives, and also the contribution of indigenous expertise, and how this affected knowledge communication about the natural world. Also, many of the boxes have labels attached to them, which sometimes add further detail about the material. Therefore, bringing ideas from material culture to this collection is another important node in this science and arts partnership. Thinking about these labels and how Sloane was engaging and managing this scientific information deals with questions about the cultural practice of creating this collection, an important aspect to this interdisciplinary study. Shown here and also held in the museum is Sloane's annotated copy of his publication, The Natural History of Jamaica, written after his voyage there in the 1680s, which greatly influenced what he would later go on to collect. Sloane discusses all sorts of issues relating to medicine, science, and society, which makes this an important item from scientific perspectives, as well as for placing the substances in their true 18th century context. So, while largely botanical, the vegetable substances contain all sorts of natural material, important for understanding cultures of natural history. Thanks to the transformative elements of this collaboration between science, the arts, and the humanities, these items are being more intellectually explored than ever before. By using a variety of conceptual, historical, geographical, and material approaches, this collection can be viewed in its 18th century context in order to establish its role in the production of knowledge. Thank you.